Well, good morning, and taking this little Peugeot Belville 125. It's the Belville 125 Standard scooter out on a bit of a demo ride this morning. Just got on it and had a quick look round it, and it does look rather nice. First things that strike you when you get on is the LCD clocks, the LCD speedo with the analog rev counter. It's got a little fuel gauge there, if you can see it, as well as a clock. Things are moving forward. This is Peugeot's 125 Smartmotion engine. I don't know if you remember earlier on this year I took the Speedfight 4 out. This is the same engine that's in this, so it's the latest up-to-date smart gizmos and everything else to provide you with the best of fuel economy. Okay, I've just got on it. My initial thoughts are this is a nice little scooter. Straight away I've got plenty of room for my legs. I ain't no small bloke, coming in at just over 6 foot, 6'1", and there's ample room for my legs on this. The seat's nice and comfy. So overall, really nice. Suspension's lovely. Straight up to 40 mile an hour, no problem. On the dual carriageway. Switches feel as though they are well built, quality built. It's got a little bit of shall we say, build quality, robustness feel about it. Pickup's nice. For 125, that picks up really nice. Mirrors are good. Could do it in just a little bit longer, I think, slightly on the arms. You can see just that little bit more past your arms, but not a deal breaker. You still see quite a lot. Love the leg room, really do. Really do love the leg room. So this bike, it's a 125. It's also available in a 200cc. They're calling it, but I think it's actually a 169cc unit. The specifications are the same, even onto the output, which is the 11 horsepower, just over. 7.5 litre fuel tank. So that's going to give you a gallon and a half, which is going to be about 150 miles if it's 200 mpg. There's no figures been released yet for mpg, and it'd be nice to have this for a week or so just to work it out what it actually does in real terms. But no, I'm quite impressed with this. I like the clocks and the layout on this. We'll have a look at this when we stop. Got the little bag up there. There's a cubby hole, as with most scooters, to put your stuff in. The Standard, it's got the top box that comes with it, as well as the underseat storage. That does pick up really nice. I want to keep saying that, but it does. 125 fuel injected engine. I've had a look under the seat, and obviously I'll show you when I stop, but there's the fuel tanks under there, and it impedes a little bit, so there's not as much room as you would expect under the seat. Hence, I would say, why it's got a top box, which means you can carry ample loads of stuff. Brakes are quite firm. I don't know if it shows it needs running in or. This engine is lovely. That picks up really nice. I'll keep saying that. I've got to stop keep saying that. The brakes. Going on to the brakes. This has got ABS. obviously to comply with Euro 4 stuff. Now the ABS on this is, I believe, only on the front wheel, and some people might think, why only on the front wheel? Well, let's put it this way: if you're in a skid, for those of you who don't know, on the front wheel, most of the time you're going to lose it. If you're in a skid on the back wheel, most of the times you're going to catch it. Hence the reason why you're better off having ABS on the front wheel, not the back. Nice glossy finish on this in black. I think there's a grey version. I don't know if they do a white one as well, which I've seen. 3 colours. Here in the UK it's coming in at just over £3,000, about 3,1. Again, you'll have to check with your local dealership. Nice and smooth how he's pulling away. You have to check with your local dealership if there's any offers or anything any better, but this is... it feels solid, the switches are solid, the engine's lovely, pickup's nice. For a little 125 scooter, it's really comfy. It is comfy. I really do like this. So we'll have a stop in a moment, and we'll have a quick walk around it and have a look and see what it looks on the outside and what we think about it. Okay, this is a hill. It's quite a climb. This is coming over the Licky Hills. For those that you know it, those that you don't, you won't miss much. Other than this thing is still pulling. It's pulling quite nice. And there you go. That's done really well up there. Okay, here it is, the Peugeot Belville 125 scooter. Let's have a quick look around the outside. So nice colours with the shiny black and the beige coloured leather. As I just rode it out, it is really comfy. The back of the bike on the brakes there, disc brakes on the rear, as well as the single disc with the ABS on the front. As I said earlier on, it is the Smartmotion engine. Quite nice looking, really. Nice colour scheme, neat and tidy bike. Here's the top box that you get with it. Obviously it's got more bits and pieces in there, but plenty of room on that. Switch gear we've got
has a warning light switch, stop start. On the other side of the handlebars there's the headlight, indicators and the horn, so that works quite well. You got your mode there and the set for the clock, so if we just fire that up, show you a good idea what the clocks are all about. As I mentioned earlier, your mileage there, speedo, the rev counter, ABS warning, engine warning light, and down here you've got the digital fuel and clock. A couple of nice touches there. Down below here you've got your bag hook and your little cubby hole here. So you've got room both sides, and also in there is a power socket. You can just about see that, USB port, charging your phone up. Another useful touch. Okay, nice backrest as well on the top box. Under the seat, like a lot of them, turn that, you hear the click, and here you go. That's the amount of room you're going to seat. As you can see, obviously the fuel tank takes up a bit of room there. I'd still suggest that you could get a full face helmet in there, just the one. But yeah, enough room if you was just doing trips to work. But with this coming as standard on the back, you're going to have ample space for carrying stuff. Hey, there we go, with the lights on. You've got the two LEDs at the front with the main headlight at the top, so with that being higher up, that's going to be good for visibility behind cars that are going to see you, as opposed to having lights lower down. And the three LEDs at the back, indicators to the side of that. Let me just flick those on. You get the warning beep, so they're nice and bright. Still visible from the side, and likewise for the indicators, visible from the front and the sides as well.
Okie doke, just had a little bit of a walk round so as you can have a look, see what you think. One of the things that I have a problem with my scooter is in the national speed limits you just ain't quite got enough to keep up with the traffic, and if you are, you're pushing it to where you shouldn't really be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it now to a stretch of open road and see how it fares there. Okie doke, bit of dual carriageway into the Nationals, which should remind you that it is uphill. So that's straight through 40 from the traffic lights. Nicely up to 50. We're not getting anywhere near the red line at all. So we're showing 7,000 RPM, and I think it goes up to about 10 before you hit the so this is comfortably sitting at the moment at 50 mile an hour. uphill, carrying not the smallest of people, to say the least. Reaching the top of the hill. And the engine eases off a bit and the speed comes up 55. 56. What more do you want? This is going to keep up with the traffic comfortably. It feels comfy. It don't feel as though you're pushing it. It feels stable. It is a bit blowy today and it's not getting affected with that at all. Even though you've got a top box on the back as well. .56, 57 mile an hour down there. That ain't bad at all. There you go. And I've met my way back now into Redline Motorcycles. Thanks for letting us have the use of this for today to have a bit of a demo ride on. Redline Motorcycles in Birmingham here in the UK on this little Peugeot 125 Belville. Okay. Let's start with the negatives with this. I can see some people not quite liking the looks of this. They like the sportier version. For me, I do like the look of this. But after that, I think there's far more pluses and hardly any negatives. The engine, as I said before, I'm going to repeat myself again, the engine's lovely, it goes well. The instrumentation, the clocks are really good. Digital speedo, it's showing speed in miles per hour, so you're not squinting and looking at the inside of an analog clock trying to work out where the kilometres are and the miles per hour. Fuel gauge, digital. It's got a clock on it as well, which is useful. Know when you're late for work. USB port, a lot of people are putting them on now as standard on their bikes, but nevertheless this has got one. The top box comes as standard on this, on the Belville Standard. I like the fact that the headlight is higher up on towards the top on the handlebars, purely because it gives, I think it makes drivers see a bit better in their rear view mirror. All the indicators are bright enough, as well as front, being able to see at the front. You've got side vision as well. There's so much going for this positive wise. Downside, the only downside I would say looking at this is if you don't want to run with the top box, is that you're going to be slightly limited compared to what other bikes have done with the underseat storage, because the fuel tank's there, and that is the only real downside I can find with this. And if that's all the downside is, and it comes with the standard top box on it, I think you're onto a win-win situation with this. It just picks up so nice. I mean, I'm sorry, repeating myself again. It just runs really nice. So from me, myself, yours truly, Peugeot Belville 125 gets a real big thumbs up from me. So until next time, keep it upright. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you so wish to see more videos like this.